Hello, hello. Welcome back. Gunning to Old Trafford with your hosts Ibi and Shady and Abdul. Today, we add a piece of content that can't be ignored any longer.
And you guys know what that is? The spotlight!
The spotlight.
We love the spotlight! I know you guys do, guys. And don't forget to like, share, comment, hit that bell notification to keep in touch, in tune, and independent with all the latest from Gunning to Old Trafford. The spotlight, guys.
Abdul, the talk of the town recently has been about the involvement of Saudi Arabia investing in football clubs abroad as well as their own Saudi Pro League. And the numbers that have been thrown around are phenomenal.
Wow. The names that have been throwing around.
Ridiculous.
It's something else, man.
So let's take a step back. Here. Saudi Arabia, the PIF, so that's the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
Bought Newcastle United in a takeover around 2 years ago.
Correct.
Yeah? A year and a half ago.
A year and a half.
They didn't go crazy when they bought them. No. They allowed the team to organically grow. Yes, they invested a bit of funds in place, but they didn't break the bank. And Newcastle United got top 4 and are now playing in the Champions League. Yeah. Saudi Arabia also attracted Cristiano Ronaldo to the Saudi Pro League. And Abdul, since then, we've seen big name players like Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Jordan Henderson, and the like all move to the Saudi Pro League. Right? Yeah. We could argue...
And there's more to follow, eh?
100%. We could argue that all of those players are at the end of their career. That's why they're moving. However, signings like Musa Dembele...
That's not at the end of their career.
Those are players...
Those are at their prime.
Teles, Eric Bailly... Those are players that could still offer a lot in European football, but are now opting to move into the Saudi League. Abdul, what's your thoughts on this funds coming in? Do you think it's a bad thing for football, or do you think it's something that we should embrace and see where it takes us?
You know, Ibi, my thing is change sometimes is always good. Right? And the power has always been with the Europeans. However, having a little bit of change here and there is good for the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what happened with now Messi going. I mean, what David Beckham has done to American football 10 years ago. Was it about 8 years ago? 10 years ago
when he moved?
When he moved was 2012. 2012. What he did by Ronaldo taking the step in going to Saudi Arabia has really shown the world how serious the Saudis are when it comes to their football. Now, what I heard and I missed it, I just missed like 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes of it. Robert Marawa had somebody from Saudi Arabia speaking. And they're saying that this is all for the plan for the future. They're looking at a 10-year or 8-year future plan. And they want to have the best players playing at Saudi Arabia.
I think they're trying to build towards that Vision 2030.
2030. That's 6 years, yes, yeah? Correct. And they want the best of the best. And I don't think it's a problem when America brought up the MLS and they also touched here, touched there, David Beckham, Ibrahimovic, nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. So now if Saudi Arabia has got the financial power and they want to do it for them and they want to be seen as an elite continent in football, why not? Why not?
On that, right? So we've seen China try it. There were no one better the island. The Premier League does it year in, year out, where they attract the best players. Yep. Why? Because they can afford to pay higher transfer fees than the rest of the European clubs. They can pay better salaries than most European leagues. Yeah. And then it's deemed okay. But the moment someone who looks a little bit different to you, from a different place, now it's all of a sudden sports washing and it's deemed to be, something more than what it is.
Correct.
I think we should embrace this in football and see where it takes us. And maybe 2 years down the line, if we feel that this is something that doesn't work, then we talk about it then.
Done.
But let's give it a chance to grow and see where it takes us.
Change is always sometimes
is-
good, you know,
change is
in a different point of view, a different opinion, bringing this beautiful game to a different country that never had it and never had the superstars, never had so much of interest in it. Why not?
And now
Why
look,
not?
the PIF, which is the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, they've bought Newcastle United, right? They've also acquired 75% of the top 4 clubs in the Saudi Pro League.
Wow. Yes, I guess.
Yeah.
That's your Al Hilal, your Al Nasser, and then a few that are-
Etihad.
Okay.
And, they are now looking to invest in those clubs and attract the right type of players, right? So you got the likes of Jordan Henderson, English player,
Yeah.
now moving to Saudi Arabia to extend his career.
Correct.
You got people like Steven Gerrard, who's gone to Saudi Arabia. When he went to to the USA to play, nobody said anything.
No.
There was no big noise about it. He went, he played for LA Galaxy. It was deemed a really good move for Steven Gerrard. It was good for the MLS. So why is it different now that he's moving to the Saudi League? I think there's a bit of hypocrisy in it, and I think we shouldn't read too much into it. Let's see where it takes us, and let's enjoy football. Another important thing, Abdul, the Saudi government have almost confirmed that they're looking to invest around $20 billion into football, whether it's within the league or outside the league, to grow the interest of football in Saudi Arabia, as well as have a Saudi influence outside Saudi Arabia, which is good for the game.
But having said that, when MLS, and I'm just saying, how we comparing, and guys,
we
understand
don't
where
really
we're coming
against
from.
the MLS.
We don't. But it's just that when MLS opened up their wings and they got all of these players, we were all behind them.
It was seen good for football.
It was seen good. Yes, Saudi Arabia is saying, guys, we want to optimize in our country, but also give the rest of the world the knowledge and obviously the ammunition to enjoy the beautiful
They
game.
want to be best in class.
That's it.
And the way you be
Agreed.
best in class is by attracting the best stars.
Agreed.
Now, Abdul, a really interesting turn of events.
Mhm.
Kylian Mbappe wants to leave
It's,
PSG.
it's interesting. Eh?
PSG
It's
want
so
him
interesting,
to go
guys.
because he's not going to sign a new contract, similar to the Harry Kane saga.
And if there's one man that's going to explain this to you guys today properly, it's so interesting.
It's interesting.
Please, this is an education.
Mbappe, so there's a couple of options on the table, right?
Okay.
Mbappe, if he's at the club come 1 August,
Yes, he gets
he's
a
going to get a
bonus,
bonus,
loyalty bonus, eh?
Loyalty bonus.
And he's going to get it.
He's going to get it. It's around the
He's
corner.
there. He's there.
So that's done.
Right.
PSG are not happy with that. PSG were under the impression that Mbappe was going to sign a new extension and he was going to stay at the club. But they feel now that he's already agreed in principle with Real Madrid to go on a free and get a good signing on bonus. So what they've said is to Mbappe, sign an extension to the contract or leave. Because we don't want to lose you for free. If we lose you a £200 million asset for free, it doesn't look good on our books.
Correct.
It impacts us from an FFP or FFP. Is it FFP?
Yeah, financial fair play.
Financial fair play
FFP.
perspective. It impacts us from a financial fair play perspective and then hampers the growth of PSG going forward. So, we're willing to listen to offers and we're willing to listen to offers so as low as £100 million. Right?
Okay.
So, we are.
So it's almost
willing.
like a win-win.
Mbappe doesn't want
situation.
to because he wants to see out his contract,
Yeah.
get a good signing
And
on bonus.
he said he'll even sit on the bench.
Yeah. And
That's what he said.
he's now taken the case to the sports
Yes.
court, and they're looking into it to see actually PSG are in the wrong here because he's got a contract and they can't victimize him for not wanting to sign a new contract. So this is going to get messy, right?
It's gonna definitely.
Now, we have a willing seller who's PSG,
Yeah.
and we have a willing buyer
Yes.
who's Al Hilal. Is it Hilal?
Al Hilal.
Hilal.
Is it not Al Nasser? It's Al Hilal.
Al Hilal. And they've offered a staggering £230 million for PSG forward Kylian Mbappe.
Wow, that's crazy.
£230 million, and they're offering Mbappe a total package of salary plus image rights. They're going to give him 100% of his image rights And the idea is to sign him for a season and then allow him to leave to Real Madrid at the end of the season.
So it's
So a package of
Wow.
700 million
Wow.
pounds is on the table for Kylian Mbappe.
for 1 year.
230 million pounds his salary for the season. And then the rest of it is all bonuses plus image rights. It takes his salary up to 700 million pounds for a one season
That's
in the Saudi League.
Astronomical. Now, Ibi, my quick question and why do this? We know he's destined to play for Real Madrid. Do Real Madrid get him for free, or would there be a transfer?
Based on what we're hearing, it could be a free move.
A free move. So it's a win-win.
Al Hilal are saying we're happy. We just want him here for the
If
season.
I'm Madrid,
It
I'd
builds
say
our
1
league.
year is fine.
It builds
I'm
our
easy.
league. We get Mbappe. Mbappe gets a lot of money and he gets his dream to move to Real Madrid.
Everyone's happy.
Right? But, Abdul, does this open up another can of worms?
Mm-hmm.
If Kylian Mbappe, in his prime, moves to the Saudi League, what's the future for the rest of all the European leagues?
I am feeling very, very, very. You have planted a seed in my head. And guys, just before the shoot, if you guys don't know, now you know, Jojo, aka YMP, Yusuf, is behind the camera. And he came to me here and I thought he was joking. And he said, "Oh, coach, Fabrizio Romano just tweeted now Martinelli is going to Saudi Arabia." But now you just said, if Kylian Mbappe in his prime goes to Saudi Arabia, what stops these others from going? What stops these others from going?
And Abdul, another point
Clever,
to consider.
Joey. Clever.
Another point to consider. The PIF have bought the PGA. So Live and PGA now merged. So they've taken over golf. They're looking to now invest in tennis. They're investing heavily in football. Call me crazy. But I see the Saudi League being in the top 3 leagues in the next 5 years.
No, agreed. I mean, with
Globally.
what they're throwing in at it globally.
So all I have to say
Globally.
is, guys, buckle up.
Yeah.
We're in for a fantastic ride
Yeah.
with this journey. And you know what I love? The tears from the British media.
Oh, they're going to cry.
I love it.
They're going to cry. And it's
I
gonna
love
be,
it,
and it's
Abdul.
going to be so, it's going to be like those Italians that it's so Italian, it's so oily. It's going to be so like, like oily, so baby oily for those European guys. So well done, Saudi Arabia. We behind you.
We love this move.
And
All the
do what
best.
you guys doing.
All the
man.
best. We want to see
Amazing.
it growing. And Cristiano Ronaldo, a mover and a shaker.
Yeah.
He's opened up the door for
And he said
stars
it.
to come through.
He said
it.
I started it and they just following. They following.
And it's facts.
It's facts.
It's
Hey,
facts.
by the way, sorry, we should have done this in our transfer. I read that our our Nottingham Forest, our guy from
Jesse Lingard.
Jesse Lingard's also on the cards, Saudi Arabia.
It'll be good
And
for
he
him.
says it's good for a guy like him.
100%. Even Delhi.
It's good. Dele Ali,
They go
that
there
should be
away
his-
from the toxic British media.
and go
You
and
go
do your
there,
thing.
you settle in, you enjoy the
And you
warm
know what's
weather.
funny, Ibi? You'll get the best out of these guys.
Exactly. Look
Trust
at
me.
Ronaldo. He's gotten away from the media, enjoying life in Saudi Arabia.
He's happy,
playing
man.
good
He's
football,
happy.
developing the game.
Scoring goals.
Dele Ali, Jesse Lingard.
Get
I think
there.
there's fantastic moves
Get
for you
there.
guys if you can sort it out. Saudi League. If you are watching anyone from the Saudi League, tap them up, get them in.
Please,
They
guys.
will be fantastic for your league and will be fantastic for the country.
But just not my
Go
not
for
our boy
Martinelli. Go
Martinelli.
for
Please
Martinelli.
don't do that. Don't do that. 'Cause I'll cry. That day, I cry on coming to Old Trafford. We lose Martinelli again. Joey again.
But that's fantastic.
The
guys.
spotlight, man.
That's
Amazing.
our view. The spotlight,
man.
Saudi Arabia.
It's an
and
education, guys.
The impact on football, we all for it. Let's see
Brilliant,
where it
brilliant.
takes us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And it was Joey behind the camera,
Yes.
behind the camera laughing. Do you remember speed races?
Yes, I do.
There was that dog that used to laugh, Muttley. Was it Muttley?
Martinelli. La Joey. What a nice laugh. He wants Martinelli to go. You want Martinelli to go?
I agree 100%.
What? Joey!
But you remember Matli?
I remember
We have to
Matli.
put a-
You
we
must
have to put a
for
clip on.
Jojo.
No, not anything.
Yeah, no.
Just the way you laugh.
It was an iconic laugh.
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
exactly.
It was a
I
beautiful
love
laugh.
it. I love
Thanks,
it.
Joey.
But
Amazing
yeah, don't
stuff.
forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. To all you younger viewers, YouTube, Speed Racers, Matli, you'll know what we're talking
Watch,
about.
yes, definitely.
Is it Matli?
It's Matli. I think it's Matli. I know exactly who you're talking about.
The dog, man.
The speed racer dog. It's Matli.
Okay, we're going to check it. And come
Matli
back
or
to-
Matli?
Matli.
Okay. Instagram guys, check your post. You guys will know when we do posts of Matli or Mati, you'll know who it is and why it's there for.
Let's see what comes
Okay,
up. But
whatever it
guys,
is.
with that, we are
Gunning to Old Trafford. Thank you guys. Bye.